whatever this energy is around you, it's still here to stay for a little while. So we have to learn to navigate with that energy, use that energy to our advantage.
Welcome to Cards and Constellations with Bonnie Morris and Dawn Rumor Rivera from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Here, we blend astrology and tarot to guide you through the twists and turns for the week ahead. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share. Let's dive into your cosmic journey together.
Okay, let's start the astrology. We're going to start out, as always, with the moon. This is for the week of July 14th through the 21st. Now, we're going to have, on the 17th, the last quarter moon. And as we have always said, the last quarter is when we celebrate our successes and then start to turn away. Now, to understand what we're celebrating, this quarter moon is in Aries at 18 degrees. Now, we have to step back, okay, last quarter. So we go all the way back to March 31st of 2022. It's in Aries at 11 degrees. This is a rather long step back. It's more than normal. Okay, so that's when you set those intentions. March 31st of 2022. So look back in your journals, your notebooks, wherever you've been keeping track. That's the project we're talking about. The first quarter moon was on December 29th of 2022 at 0 degrees, 48 minutes of Aries. That's when we did all the work on that project. Then the full moon came in October 17th of 2024 at 24 degrees of Aries. That's when we saw everything and we made changes that needed to be made. And now we're celebrating its success. It is complete. And then we're going to turn away and look for the next new moon in Aries. Now, it's always important to understand when it's in Aries, what does that mean? Well, we can solve problems faster than normal. It'll be important to try to slow down. Now, this moon, the last hour or two, is actually moved into the sign of Taurus. And what does that do? Well, your safety and security are going to be in the foremost of your mind. The need to be stable. It won't be easy. For those couple of hours, you need to learn to accept the changes as part of life. Find your own self-respect. Don't seek things through material ways. Okay, so let's talk about the void of course. Void of course, we have a couple of them. The first one is on the 15th at 10:09 when it leaves Pisces, and then it goes into the sign of Aries at 9:33. So we have an 11-hour void of course there. And remember, we never start new projects. We finish up everything that needs to be finished, but don't start anything new. Then on July 17th, that's when we have the quarter moon at 5:37 p.m. All times are Phoenix, so it's Mountain Standard. It leaves the sign of Aries at 5:37 p.m. and it moves into Taurus at 1 a.m. on the next day. So that's, dinner time, and the rest of the evening, you don't want to be doing anything. Resting is always good. Then on July 19th at 11:43 in the evening, it's going to leave Taurus. This is a rather short one. And then at 3:22 a.m. on the 20th, it moves into Gemini. On the 21st at 12:57, it will leave Gemini and then move into Cancer the next day at 5:26 in the morning a.m. So we have some more than just a few minutes on each one of these. The shortest one here is about 4 hours. So take notes of those and make sure you don't start projects that you don't want to repeat. Now, let's see what's in your sign. Okay, Scorpio, so much is going on this week for you. Powerful inner growth and collective healing. You have a very open heart and a real depth of perception. Embrace the transformation as part of life. Your spirituality and compassion make a more peaceful world. Help others and heal wounds. Pluto, which is one of your ruling planets, is in a trine to Uranus, causing some changes, necessary and possible, and you are deeply motivated to improve. Bold thinking, transformative insight, challenge the norms with your wisdom. Pluto also is in a sextile to Saturn. Strong inner resolve, strong ambition, deep, deep spiritual work, purposeful work. There is power through responsibility and ethical leadership. This is the kind of energy that leaves legacies. Mars is in a square. This is your other planet to Venus, giving you passionate and vibrant emotional nature. You are learning to balance both spontaneity with stableness. The big one is Mars, opposite the moon. That's a very strong emotional will. As a result of that, it can lead to some very passionate disagreements. And you are learning to be emotionally vulnerable. That's difficult. Your emotional courage and the depth, your sensitivity and strong spirit will bring it all together. When the moon is opposite Mars, it pulls, and you've got your emotions and your actions pulling at each other. Which one's going to win? It's your choice. Last but not least, the sun is also opposite Pluto. If we didn't have enough, that brings a tension between your identity at your core and the deep forces of change, the transformation. Again, I warn you, with power struggles, they can emerge, and that can lead to be a catalyst for growth. What have you got, Don?
Hello, Scorpio. No, forget that. That's not. Let's see what we have for Scorpio this week via Tarot and Spirit. What will serve best for Scorpio's needs for this week? Let us know, please, Spirit. No, there we go. We got a jumper again. I love this Morgan deck because the Morgan Greer deck is definitely creating jumpers, which is something I usually don't do, which is fascinating how it has that kind of energy. If you want to check out on the description, you'll find the Morgan Greer deck in the description, how to get that deck. It's really cool. On the top of the deck, of course, is your energy, and there's two cards here to fill your energy this week. First of all is the one that popped out, the Knight of Wands, and it was accompanied though with the Ten of Pentacles. Sometimes I take the cards in order, one at a time, but when they jump out together like this, it's telling me these two need to be read as a pair. And this is saying that the hard work, keep pushing forward with the hard work, Scorpio, because the hard work is showing benefit. That's the 10. So it's showing that they're getting some benefit from this. So keep pressing forward and keep making sure that you are not letting dust grow beneath your toes, or what is it? Dirt grow, sand grow, grass grow. I don't know. The point is keep moving. That's what I'm getting there. Now, it's interesting because the energy around you is a slow and considerate. It's an Eight of Cups, and so it's a slow and considerate situation. You know, just the energy around you is just slow and constantly evolving, and it's good because it's helping you go with the flow. It's helping you to move things forward. Also, this is like an awakening time. I'm picking up this is an awakening time for you, and the energy is saying, that this has been a long process. For whatever this is going through around you, whatever energy is, that energy's been around for a while and it's been consistent. And but you're moving it. You're ebbing through. So that soon enough, whatever this cycle is will pass. But that's the energy. You're in the eighth out of 1 to 10, you're in the eighth cycle, or the eighth whatever of that. So you whatever this energy is around you, it's still here to stay for a little while. So we have to learn to navigate with that energy, use that energy to our advantage. And what we're doing again is keep pushing forward, keep moving forward with whatever we're moving forward with. Again, if it's a project, if it's an opportunity, if it's reconnecting, if it's with family and friends, if it's considering maybe a new career or a new job or an education to get to a different level, whatever that is, keep pushing forward. This is not a time to stop. This is not a time to pause, but to do it methodically. Okay, because that's the other thing. This is not the swords. This is the Knight of Wands. So move, but know that again, this is a week where you're going to see a bump in progress because it's a 10 of Pentacles. It won't close. Whatever it is isn't going to finish, but it is telling you that the achievement is coming your way. So keep pushing forward. Also, when you get that 10 of Pentacles, sometimes that energy is also more of a reminder. A reminder. If you set a goal, it's a reminder of what the goal is. What is that goal? What is it achievable? So it's a reminder of that achievement. It's a reminder of what you're doing it for. It's a reminder that, yeah, it may take time, but it will pay off. And so remember to give yourself that break. Now, there is something coming along in the middle of the week that's going to surprise you, and that's a change that's beyond your control. So don't be surprised if Wednesday or Thursday, as you're puttering along, all of a sudden, something happens. Reality slaps you in the head. It pops upside the head and says, hello, guess what? You're not in charge of everything because we have a little surprise for you. Now, I'm not saying it's a negative surprise or a positive surprise. I haven't got that information yet. We're going to maybe find it in the next card or two. But the reality is surprise and change is coming your way. And so be ready for it. Make sure that you're during the week, make sure that you're doing things that are flexible. If you have hard set plans, make sure that you have some flexibility built in those plans. So where if you need to make a little bit of a change, you can do it, a little bit of adjustment. If you have, if you are, again, it's the deadlines. I'm getting deadlines and plans. They're going to be pushed back. They're going to be messed up. So just know it. And then when it happens, figure out, okay, how can I use this to my advantage? Now, the other thing that comes along here is the Queen of Rods, which is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, she's just saying, again, back to what we were saying before about the Knight, just keep working through it. Be patient. The Queen is a very patient energy. She's like, okay, I got this. I'll just keep, it's kind of like getting on a bicycle that is a stationary bicycle. You're pedaling and going nowhere, but you're getting something from it. It's just going to take some time to see it. So know that you just keep pedaling your stationary bicycle because you're losing some weight, you're burning some calories, even though you can't see them right now. So be the Queen, be on your bicycle, your stationary bike, knowing that, hey, eventually that 8 is going to turn into a 9, and the 9 is going to get you into the big old 10, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. And then finally, the last card out here is the Emperor. I like this. So again, own your power this week. Stay in control. Stay chill. Stay determined. Let nobody shake your confidence. Let nobody take anything from you. And just put your head to the grindstone and keep working through and own your business. And as the things change, as the change happens, you're not going to have a fear. You're not going to fall apart. You don't do anyway. It's not you, any Scorpio. If you're falling apart, you fall apart inside. Because Scorpio, you don't fall apart outside. Nobody sees your sweat, if you know what I'm saying. But even internally this week, you're going to be cool because you're saying, you know what? It's change. I'm good. I move on. I'm good. And that'll be a start for you, Scorpio, because sometimes you're bitter and you hold on to things too long. But not this week. You will let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Had to get that in there. That's it, Miss Bonnie. Go ahead and take that walk down memory lane. So how does it align with the astrology, Miss Bonnie?
Oh, I think really well. Scorpio's got a lot going on, a lot of internal stuff, a lot of external to deal with. And I want to remind everybody that we have 4 or 5 planets in retrograde. We've got Mercury. He turns to full retrograde on the 17th, pre-shadow before that. And then we have Saturn on the 13th went retrograde. Neptune on the 4th went retrograde. Pluto's already been retrograde. He's going to be there for a little while longer. So there's a lot going on in the sky. Yeah, that means Scorpio's going to really feel it because Pluto rules. Can't change that.
Scorpio, go back to bed. pull the covers over your head, wake up next month, because I'm telling you, this does not sound. That's not fun. Well, actually, it's. I would say that to another sign, because there was another sign that had really, which should be doing that. You, Scorpio, no, because again, yours were power cards. So you're gonna power through, which you always do, and you will get through this just fine. Because you know what? No one will steal your thunder, and no one will steal your joy. And if they do, in about a month or two from now, you're going to get back at them anyway, because that's what you do. You don't forget.
With retrograde, everything starts to slow down, so the impact is really felt.
Exactly. So, Miss Bonnie, if people don't want to get the wrath of this Scorpion, how would you suggest they get into our good graces?
Well, we really love people that touch that subscribe button down in the lower right-hand corner and set the notification bell to all, and that way you'll get a message when we post something or if we're going live. Now, if you're on my channel, Your Love Goddess, and you did that, thank you. Move over to Mr. Don at Sonoran Mystic Tarot and do the same thing for him. When you're done with that one, go all the way up to Cards and Constellations. Use the ampersand, okay, that's really important, and hit that subscribe button so we can grow that channel. And eventually, that's the only place you'll find these videos. For now, if you do all those, oh, we're in love.
Absolutely. And also, if you'd like to connect with us, you're welcome to reach out to us for private readings. Bonnie does both astrology and tarot reads. I do solely tarot reads, but a little bit of mediumship popped in there too. And Bonnie does mediumship too. But the point is if you want to reach out to us for private readings, you're welcome to do so. That information is also found in the description below the video. And until next week, love, light, and blessings from Miss Bonnie, her family, me, and my family, to you and to yours. And again, let us know what resonates with you. Have an amazing week. Bye, Scorpio.